So you want a PLEXI. You want a JCM 800 type of PLEXI. You want to be able to crank the heck out of it without your family abandoning you, without your neighbors calling the police, okay? And without actually giving yourself hearing loss and hearing damage. What if I told you you can get all of the above? I can't believe how good this is. What if I told you that I can give you all of the above at half a watt? Oh, but it has to be 100 watts. At half a watt. And it's a recording marvel. Today we look at the Dark Gene by D. Kowalski that has blown my mind. This is an amp. This is an amp, and I'm holding it in my hand. It's a PLEXI. What is up, YouTube? My name is Buddy Blues, and it's Small Business Tuesday on Not a Tuesday. I should have thought of the name ahead of time. Today we look at the D. Kowalski Dark Gene, the green edition. He has a red one, we'll get to that in a second. Man, did you hear this? How dynamic is that? Cranked, not cranked. Recorded, it sounds so amazing. I was going through the aux box, I'm gonna do that again. It sounded so amazing. I tried it through my speakers. It sounded so damn good and so low. I could have it cranked and have a conversation with the person that's with me in the room. Cranked. This is remarkable. Where we are in life is remarkable. What a time it is to be alive. Let's see what we've got. We've got 212 AX7 tubes. 212 AX7 tubes for the preamp and the 12 AU7 for the power section. Total gives you about 0.5 watts, so half a watt. For recording, that's plenty. For practicing at the house with a cranked PLEXI, that is plenty. I played this, when I first got it, I played it and I couldn't stop playing it because of how good it sounded. Again, let's go back to what we've got. We have a sensitivity knob. We'll get to that in a second. Gain 1, that's going to be your gain of the amp. You've got a three-way switch here that says top, it's top boost. Middle is off and mid. Now this is interactive with gain 1. So if you have gain 1 dimed, which I'm gonna honestly have dimed most of this demo because it really, this thing wants to be slammed. And treble, bass, and then gain 2, think of that as your master volume pretty much. On, off, in the back, you've got a speaker out that takes 4 to 16 like a gentleman. And then you've got a preamp out as well. So you could use that as a pedal essentially. You can use that as a pedal. So I would go in with my guitar, out from the preamp into the amp, into the front end of my amp, and then you've got a Marshall in a box, but it's a freaking amp. How sick is this? Mr. Kowalski is from Texas and he builds these. It's a one-man shop, small business galore. He builds these one by hand. He started repairing amps and he started doing this, and he may or may not have pedals coming out soon. I don't know. Hey. But I'm just blown away by this. I got the green version. The red version is a higher gain one. I'm not a higher gain type of guy. I believe Pete Thorne has one, I think, and Andy did too. It was, and then Philip McKnight and me. We're the people demoing this, I guess. Part of that crowd now somehow. So I don't want to sit here and talk for 17 and a half hours. I want to play this. I want to show you how it cleans up. I want to put this back a bit and show you how it reacts. I'm really excited about this, and I hope you are too. You heard it with just humbuckers in the beginning. I'm going to go for a different type of single coil humbucker type of flavor thing. I'm going to go with the Gold PRS. This aux box, because you could do whatever you want with this, because it's insane, because it's a real amp. It's an actual amp. Those are tubes. Let's get to it. Oh, it's kind of hot. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have now heard the Dark Gene by the Kowalski amplifiers. Okay, this thing is rad. This thing is so sick. To be able to slam a PLEXI that hard. I've got one. It's a Friedman. Can't do it. Can't do it without hearing loss. Can't do it. I want to. Sure, you could use Oxbox. You could attenuate it. Attenuators always take away some. The only two companies that I think have done the whole attenuation thing properly have been Silktone and Henry Amplification. Every other attenuator, I mean, again, I'm not talking anything down, but any other attenuator just takes a little bit away. Oxbox is one of the better ones, but I've tried all the other ones and they're eh. To be able to just have this, which is at a 0.5 watt on its own, cranked or not cranked, because I could dime the gain and turn the master down. And now it's even lower than 0.5 watt. It's 0.5 watt maxed. People, listen, if your mind isn't blown by now, let me can you blow your mind more. This is under $500. Checkmate. For something this sweet, for something this cool. I mean, run that into a cab sim and then into your interface, and you've got PLEXI. Record your 80s album with this. Anyway, it takes a lot to impress me this much. This is cool. If this was your first Small Business Tuesday, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. What we do with Small Business Tuesday is we like to shed a light on smaller companies, solo builders, like a one-man shop type thing, that are in the music community or music industry and stuff like that. Guitars mostly, because I'm really shit at anything else. And we try to give them a voice. We try to be their marketing campaign, their marketing ads. If you're in the market for like a PLEXI and you don't want to go over $500, but you're in the market for a PLEXI you could crank and not, again, get fired and disowned by your family, this is it. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. Show this video to Mr. Marshall. Show this video to Marshall himself. I've just remembered that Mr. Marshall has passed away, so rest in peace, Mr. Marshall. Share it with a friend, share it with someone that would think this is really, really cool, like I do. Maybe they can have the same reaction I did. I have been Buddy Blues, you have been the people of the blues. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time.